Hey friends, we are looking at the Vampire Vintage Car by Pantasy. It's part of their horror series, set number 85071, 392 pieces. I want to thank Pantasy for sending this over. In this video, we're going to take a close look at this really powerful hot rod. We'll look at the character that's included, and we're going to talk about whether vampires should be driving convertibles. All right, so stay tuned for all of that. What do we have? This is a old school hot rod-ish vehicle, right? So it's like a V8 powered, low slung, almost got that kind of Addams Family thing going, maybe rat rod thing going with that exposed motor. I don't know what these things are on the top here. These are like cane tips, but I think these are individual throttle bodies for this exposed motor. These are probably the headers that go down to the exhaust. This vehicle has pretty nice ornate headlights up there, and then this like fangs that are right in front of the grill. And if you look carefully behind that grill, it's got red. So it's got this kind of silver painted thing in front of red, which is a terrific offset for the color. Speaking of red, you get this printed piece that says Dracula on it. And all the decorations you see here, of course, are prints from Pantasy. And then you've got some engine detail, peeking through in red also. We have this kind of interesting insignia, think of it as a family crest for the Dracula family. And the doors open up. They open pretty wide, which is really nice. I like the use of these Wolverine claws instead of a normal door handle. You can see that there are side view mirrors in silver. Look at the dash. It's actually pretty nicely done. We've got a steering wheel. Everything's nicely angled. You've got this suggestion of a glove box, maybe a control, and you've got a gear lever right there also. So our little chauffeur character can sit in there, and we'll show you what that looks like. The other door that's open on this other side, let's close these doors up. And then, of course, we've got these huge bat wings on the back here. So, of course, when I first saw this, first thing that came to mind was the Batmobile, specifically maybe the Batman Forever version that had those giant wings on it. But when you look at the rest of this vehicle, you realize, no, this is not a Batmobile. And, there's only so many ways you can do a vampire car without it looking a little like a Batmobile. But this is not a Batmobile. To me, it does read really well as just a kind of an old school vintage car. You see this brown that's probably meant to represent the retractable roof. So the roof comes up probably, and it's probably brown. I love the red interior. That's perfect for vampires. Red wheels with these rubber tires. It rolls pretty well. Let's do a quick look at the bottom. Nothing really unusual there. No tailpipe. I thought that was interesting. I think these are like luggage straps, and then this is like a luggage compartment. You've got taillights, and then another printed license plate piece here, and this one says Immortal, which is, perfect for who it's for. Now let's look at the character that you get. Here he is. He is called the chauffeur. I'm going to put it up on the screen if I've got that wrong, but he is actually a vampire, and he's a chauffeur. That's what Pantasy calls him. And so he's got a nice outfit there, chauffeur's uniform, nicely done. I think a suggestion of boots there is what's going on. And let's look at the back. Nothing really going on there, but more of his boots. A little bit of gray hair. And then, of course, you get these alternate legs so that you can have him sitting down. So let's do that. Let's put him in the vehicle. Does he have yep, he's got a hole on his rear end conveniently. And there he goes. That's how he looks sitting in there. Not too bad. So now let's talk about why a vampire needs a chauffeur, right? So this is probably Dracula's chauffeur. And if that's the case, where does Dracula sit? And I'm thinking they missed a chance to add one of those coffin pieces right here on the luggage rack, maybe kind of perched on there, or maybe up perched this way vertically. And if they had put a big old coffin right here, that would have been perfect. They wouldn't have even had to put anything in it. I think we could all just imagine it's Dracula. Or maybe if they wanted to save budget, they could have put a bat inside it. If you wanted to open it up, you look and it's a bat. And the other thing that we have to talk about is whether or not vampires should be driving convertibles. Okay, what are convertibles for? They are for you to enjoy the elements. What's the most important aspect of outdoor weather? It's probably the sun, right? You want to enjoy that sun, get your vitamin D. Well, that's the thing. Vampires don't like sun. They don't like vitamin D. In fact, they will die right? Exposed to the sun. So it's strange to have a convertible. It's kind of a weird choice, but you know what? It works. It's classy. It just has that sense of like, you know what? I live dangerously, and I'm totally fine with that. So he's a very loyal chauffeur to risk his life without that extra protection from the elements and from the sun. All right, so that is our look. Again, thanks Pantasy for sending this to me. It was really enjoyable, really fun to build. And if you want to buy this, check out my affiliate links. They're in the description, also the pinned comment. The price, full retail, it's on the steeper side. It sort of approaches what you would see from other brands from Denmark. However, if you can get it on sale, like it's on right now, I want to say, then you've got a pretty good value, especially with the printed parts, the really nice silver, and all of the other details that come with this. All right, hope you got to see everything you wanted to see. Thanks so much, and do all the stuff, subscribe, like the video, etc. Thanks so much.